Memecoins made me hundreds of thousands of dollars across 2023, 2024, but not in 2025. So what I'm going to do in this video is analyze all of our favorite meme coin charts, see where the meme coin market is at, and tell you maybe whether there's an opportunity for meme coin super cycle to return like we saw about a year ago. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a sub, make sure you drop a like, and thanks for tuning in. Now, obviously, if you're keen to trade meme coins and trade perps and everything else in crypto, check out GTG. There will be a sale dropping on this video. Use the link down below to sign up and enter the code Black Friday sale, and you will get a cheeky little discount from me to join one of the most consistent and successful trading communities in the world for crypto. We cover everything as it shows you here on the screen. Now, obviously, guys, if you are keen to trade meme coins, my favorite bot still remains Pepeboost. It works on your phone, it works on your computer, and it works seamlessly all of the time. So you can use it on Solana, you can use it on Ethereum, you can use it on BNB, you can use it on Base. I'll drop all of those down below. If you're someone that likes to use an actual platform, and I will speak about up-to-date meme coins like 6, 7, and a few other ones, you can obviously sign up for Axiom, which is down below as well, guys. Now, where are we in terms of the meme coin super cycle? Everyone was calling for billions and billions and billions. Murad went absolutely viral for calling SPX to $100 billion. Did it ever get there? No. So let's analyze some of those charts and discuss whether a meme coin super cycle could continue into 2026, or is the rest of the market really bearish because Bitcoin is showing a lot of bear right now. So if we have a look, last year in November, or at the end of November into December, we actually saw meme coins peak at $127 billion of market cap. Now, a lot of people are saying, Greeny, where's the altcoin season been? This has been pretty much it, guys. The meme coin super cycle throughout 23 and into 2024 was arguably the altcoin season of this cycle. Do I think this could run it back? I actually think yes. If there's a bit of a meme coin flourish, let's call it, an increase of volume, then I do think we could actually see some meme coins running back. I actually need Bitcoin to hold a semi-decent range. I need Ethereum, I need Solana to hold a decent range, because once they start to range, then people will start to allocate their liquidity, start to allocate their volume, and start to allocate their risk rather than being so fearful like we're seeing in the market right now. So I do think if altcoins can catch a bid, if Bitcoin can currently range, then I do think that maybe we could see a little bit more of a rally back towards $100 billion, which would be about a 2x in a cumulative market cap. Again, let's look at the statistics. So if we have a look, there are less and less daily tokens being launched on Solana. And this has pretty much been the occurrence all year since Trump launched his meme coin in January this year. If we come and have a look, even the daily graduates, so the tokens that actually get past that liquidity barrier of around 80K, there's been a drop off considerably over the couple of months more recently from August. But this has been the decline all year. And even today, there's only about 120 meme coins that have gone over that 80K market cap. So potentially, maybe the best trade is to look for established meme coins that might be hitting some lower levels that could potentially run it back if the market can catch a bid. So let's have a look where traders have potentially gone. Prediction markets has arguably become one of the largest markets to be trading in crypto at the moment. As you can see here, it is actually hitting all-time highs for volume right now across all of the different prediction market platforms. Again, I do think some of these traders will go back to meme coins if meme coins and if altcoins and if Bitcoin can at least stable up for a little bit of time. If we have a look at perp dexes as well, so this is basically where people go to trade, okay? What I'm seeing right here is an all-time high of volume on perp dexes. Now, what that shows me is that a lot of people are currently farming Asta, Lidar, Hyperliquid, EdgeX, Paradex, Pacifica, DYDX, Jupiter. Okay, what all these have in common is they have an airdrop coming up. So a lot of the meme coin traders have moved to prediction markets or moved to the perp markets. And that's basically what this on-chain volume is showing me. So let's actually look. Is there still opportunities in the meme coin market right now? Or is this something that you should maybe give up? I mean, look at 6-7. It is a viral meme. And sure enough, that meme coin just rallied to 44 million as of 2 days ago. So that definitely shows me that there's still very good opportunities in the market if you can catch the trends and stay up to date with what they're doing. Now, as you can see, there's a good amount of volume, $5 million of volume today, and that's even dropped off over the past couple of days. So as you can see, there are traders still keen to trade some meme coins. So if you are keen, sign up to those bots down below and start using them. Sachi is another one that's just hit an all-time high currently and only launched about a month ago now. And as you can see, it's pumping to a new all-time high of 6 million. I think the real takeaway right now with new launch meme coins is the runners where we used to see go to, say, 100 million, 500 billion. something like GOAT, where it went to 1 billion within a couple of weeks or a month period. I don't think that's going to happen as frequently now. What we're going to see is runners like this hit 5 million, maybe hit 1 million, maybe hit 25 million, like we just saw in 6-7, if it's a viral meme and people actually understand it, right? So I do think there's opportunity, and I do think that these meme coins start to run it back. Now, if we look at the Pump Fund token, arguably, this was one of the stronger tokens more recently, but it didn't catch a bid. There was no volume coming in. It attempted 2 breakouts, and what we saw here was a rejection and a rejection. So what happens next? We naturally go to lower Fibonacci levels. So again, I'm keeping an eye on Pump Fund, because if this starts to break out higher here, then that naturally helps the whole crypto market feel a little bit more secure, right, about trading particular meme coins. This is definitely a chart that I'm interested in at the moment. All right, now let's go look at charts on chain and see where some of our favorite meme coins were, some of the top dogs across all of the different blockchains. I'm talking Ethereum memes, I'm talking Solana memes, I'm talking base memes, I'm even talking abstract memes, because that was a super cycle in itself as well. Let's have a look at the charts and see what's happening. PEPE, absolutely horrible, has officially made a new low. We haven't seen PEPE hit this price action since April 2024. That is arguably very bearish. Do I think PEPE runs it back? I don't. The reason for it is there's so many new meme coins. It just has lost the bid. It's lost its essentially. It's lost its favoritism, is what I'm trying to say. Like, no one thinks of meme coins and PEPE anymore. If you asked me in 24 and 2023, everyone thought of PEPE, right? Whereas now, no one really thinks of PEPE as a meme coin, because it's been saturated by all of these other meme coins that have been launched over the past couple of years. Am I interested in PEPE? Not really at this stage. Do I think you could still trade this? Well, yeah, absolutely. Like, I would draw your fibs out and start looking. Is there a potential bid here if it starts to come in towards maybe the 886? Or is there a higher low forming here where you can catch the bid off the 786 before we do get a little breakout? I'm not saying that this is exactly bearish, but I'm also not saying it's exactly bullish. I think what you want to be looking at is opportunities when they come to you, and I'm saying PEPE is giving you some time. Let's look at REKT. Now, REKT and PENGU are arguably some of the most strongest brand coins rather than meme coins out there, but technically they're still a meme coin. Unfortunately, REKT had a 4% of the supply over leveraged to a certain platform, and they dumped that literally into low liquidity over the past couple of days. And what we have seen is REKT has recovered back to 85 million. If you manage to catch the dip, it was at about 44 million. Even a trade like that is a very simple trade for me. I got in about 70 million, so I am happy to hold this for now. But this is certainly a token I'm happy to look for an entry, because these guys are building. There's arguably a lot in the works going on behind the scenes for REKT. And I think betting on a brand coin rather than a meme coin is a better play. All right, well, let's look at PENGU, because that's arguably the second, or one of the most primitive, or probably the first largest brand in the world for crypto. And as you can see here, PEPE has even had a massive sell-off. Now, I tried to swing trade this. I tried to swing trade it here when it broke out here and showed me higher lows. Then we broke below during the liquidation level. Lucky I had a stop loss in place, and that got hit before it crashed absolutely nearly to zero. I then looked to catch a bid off the 618. Over this level, and same again, okay, it just failed to ever break out here. Again, the benefit of having a stop loss is you don't lose out on the rest of the downside move. So I was invalidated twice on this trade, which really made me sit back and relax and say, well, hold on a minute, Greeny. It looks like something like PEPE just needs, PENGU just needs a little bit more time before it could potentially break out. So if we have a look at the moment, okay, what I would love to see is kind of like a higher low formation here off the 786, and that would give me a lot more confidence moving into Q4, well, the end of Q4, and obviously into 2026. Now, there is a lot of bullishness around Pengu and the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem. Luca is arguably one of the most well-connected people in the crypto world to Web 2. And as you can see, you saw congresswomen and congressmen today change their PFP to a Pengu. Or a Pudgy Penguin. That's pretty crazy. So this is certainly one you want to keep on your radar, as long as it starts to show me that there's a bit of interest. But again, like the main issue that I'm seeing across all these meme coins is there's no volume. There is no volume coming in. No one's allocating their risk. So you need to be a little bit wiser around these trades as well. All right, let's move on. Okay, we've got obviously Dogecoin, the premier token, arguably one of the most well-known tokens in crypto. What we're looking at here is just a lack of volume all cycle. And what we've seen is no breakout here at all. So we did break out here really sharply, but as you can see here, the trend is still to the downside, lower highs over time, and now we're actually just setting a higher low at the moment. So this is one I'm keeping an eye on. If it can catch a bit and do sort of similar to what I'm looking for Pengu, so a higher low form off the 786, then I become interested in something like Dogecoin. What about Trump? Trump obviously is very manipulated. I highly recommend probably not getting involved. But as you can see here, it actually had a little bit of a breakout over the past couple of days, but has since given up all of its gains as well. Probably a trade that I'm not really interested SPX, arguably probably one of the most well-known meme coins because of Murad. I mentioned him earlier in the video. This has come back all the way to the 886, has caught a little bit of a bid, but again, you still probably have time before this does potentially break out. So what I would like to see is either a double bottom form here, a really strong base, rounding bottom, whatever you want to call it, or I want to see some strength here, move up, create that high low. That's my entry point, invalidation below, and I'm targeting these higher fibs for a swing trade, even on leverage. And again, if you want to trade leverage, buy a bit down below. That's where I'm trading these meme coins, shorting and longing them. Now, let's look at some other degenerate things. Okay, what about ticker Bitcoin? Well, that's just absolutely given up all of its gains over the past couple of years. Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu was arguably one of the most famous memes. They obviously had the Gremlin as well as their PFP. Again, has this caught a bid? No, this has literally gone sideways since the start of this year. Caught a bit of a bid into the meme coin super cycle at the end of 2024, but has really gone nowhere. Am I interested in this? No, I think there's better opportunities out there. What about ticker Joe? Arguably it looks worse than ticker Bitcoin. This one, again, is starting to crack these lows here, which it did hold throughout the mid-year. We saw a bit of a pump, but obviously it's given up all of its gains. Again, has this, or is this going to catch a real bid? Probably not. I think there's better tokens like something like 6-7 where it's coming out now. Fresh liquidity, fresh volume is a much better trade to be looking for. What about the infamous MOG? Arguably one of the most common meme coins to get good engagement on Twitter. But what is the chart doing? The chart is just showing me that these are literally just sellers after sellers. We have a lower high after the massive high in 2024 where we gave you, or where I traded this from 200 million all the way up to 1.5 billion. I then shorted it here when it broke this level. And yeah, I got a lot of FUD on the timeline. But hey, that's trading, that's crypto, and a lot of people don't want their bags to go down. But that's crypto. Price does go down and price goes up. And pretty much what I'm looking at is the same structure again, guys. Draw your fib, all-time low to the all-time high, and let's see, is it going to catch a bid? This one looks pretty weak. It's literally below its 886, which means it's given up over 90% from its all-time high. That's crazy, guys. It's down 90%. And you know the crazier thing? This can still go down another 90%. Don't forget that, okay? MOG, am I interested? Not at this stage. I want to see a bit more strength. I want to see volume come in here before I even consider this one. All right, what about Troll? What about Troll? This one actually looks very interesting meme. See, this one is already catching a bid. Volume has been steady. It's still been in a decline. But what you would want to see is a breakout here. This is a really nice reaction over the past 24 hours. I have seen a couple of people talk about it. Again, this one went absolutely crazy. Gave it to you on the channel around that sort of $5 million mark. And it just went absolutely ballistic. I mean, if you caught this, this was literally like a 10x, 11x, which is just nuts. But anyways, sorry, 100x from about from 14 million was where I gave it to. 14 million, obviously up to here at about 200 and something million, no matter, not even the top, but that was about a 15x if you managed to capture that trade based on Binance Alpha. I do think this is one to keep an eye on. So I do like this chart, and I might even buy some later today if I do like this chart. Now, Filecoin, again, this one hasn't really caught a bid. Everyone was calling to Filecoin to go to multiple billions yet again, like we saw way back again at the start of this year. But sadly, everyone's just sold their Filecoin. Again, is this starting to catch a bid? Maybe. Is it showing me strength? Not really. As you can see, there's no volume at all coming in here. But I want to see this potential breakout here. I want to see a higher low form. And then maybe I do start to get a little bit of interest for a Filecoin trade off this. What about PopCat? Okay, PopCat is just, it's being super annoying with the chart. Okay, maybe this is the wrong PopCat chart. I will go quickly over to here. And here it is. Excellent. This is one I want. Great. So if you have a look at PopCat, what about PopCat? Well, arguably, it's made a lower low from the lows that it had at the tariff dip. That shows me that it's extremely bearish. And this bearish red wick here of volume shows me that no one's really interested in this token. I think there's better trades out there compared to PopCat. What about Giga? Now, Giga was set in stone to be the number 2 beside SPX, and it's gone absolutely nowhere. And if anything, this probably looks the weakest out of all the coins. The sell-off was dramatic. It has not been spoken about on the crypto timeline on Twitter. So this, again, is maybe a potential trade if you start to see it show a little bit of a breakout strength here. But again, be extremely strict with invalidation, extremely strict with your take profits. I mean, maybe it catches a bit, but I'm not really interested in this. However, if it does break out, we start to catch a little bit of a bid here, higher lows here form, well, then maybe I am interested in potentially looking for a long here, as long as I get a really good entry here, higher low, stop loss below here, and I'm targeting some of these higher fibs. Again, that's probably going to be the same structure for all of these meme coins if they catch a bit of volume and people start to buy them again. Maybe the prediction markets, maybe the perp traders come back, who knows? What about SCF? Remember who talked about SCF? Raoul Paul. Yeah, well, how's Sui going, Raoul Paul? Not very good either. So again, it doesn't pay to follow absolutely everyone in crypto. Look at what price action is doing, because price action is what is the best reflection of what the sentiment is. What are we bullish? Are we bearish here? Price action will show you, okay? And don't listen to people who have millions of followers on the timeline. All right, Mini, same again. Looks absolutely horrible. Am I interested in this? No, there's no volume on this at all. $65,000 of volume daily on this token. I think your better play is to find the big ones like SBX, like Farcoin, maybe like Troll, which looks like to be catching a bit. Those are the better plays right now in terms of all of these. Look at Brainlet. It absolutely has sent nearly to zero. Again, volume 23K. Again, you want to be in something that has good volume. Otherwise, there's not enough upside. What about Abstract, Greeny? Abstract's problem is there's not enough liquidity on chain. There's not enough buyers. There's not enough friction. I mean, there is a little bit of friction, but there's too much other opportunities in the crypto market. Look at the prediction markets we spoke about. Look at the perps. No one's really that keen around Abstract unless Luca comes out and starts saying, Abstract TGE, their airdrop is coming in the next month, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. That'll probably drive liquidity. That'll drive volume back over to the chain. And I do think Memecoins catch a bit over there. Again, am I interested here? Maybe, but again, there's no volume. Look at the volume here. 42K for the top Memecoin on Abstract. It's just a little bit weak for me. I like to trade with volume. Look at Guna. It's only had 5K volume today, okay? And it looks absolutely horrible here, personally. No volume. Look at it. No volume since about October. Look at Guna. Sorry, that was God. Look at Guna. No volume, okay? 3K volume today. Again, you want to be where the volume is. You want to be where the traders are. And something like Abstract really isn't interesting. Kokinu. AVAX has been on an absolute bear trend for a long time, and the Memecoins have replicated the same, guys. So again, it pays to be on the right chain. I think Solana still has the most upside, okay? Again, there are some obvious decisions around maybe a REKT, which is on obviously Ethereum, PENGU, which is on Solana, okay? There's going to be bids, okay? There's going to be bids. Binance Smart Chain obviously has 4. If we have a quick look at where 4 is, it's come down a lot as well. But again, if you want to be trading on Binance, maybe this is a breakout. Maybe we do get a breakout here. I mean, this is textbook kind of stuff coming in here at the 886 on 4. Again, if you want to trade Binance memes, sign up for PEPeboost down below. A fantastic bot. But even something like this could be a nice little swing trade, guys, where you actually have an invalidation below here and you're just targeting some of these fibs for a potential really nice move from these lows. I mean, it could go up 2.2x potentially. Again, check them out down below. Use those bots. They're my favorite bots. I've been using them now for multiple years. Highly recommend them. Guys, what about any other meme coins? Are there meme coins that I've missed? Let me know in the comment section. Are you bullish on meme coins here? Is there going to be another meme coin super cycle in 2026? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.